on this account, which here it should be March 7th, not July 11th. So you guys see what I'm trying to explain to you guys here? Do I have a treat for you guys? So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to analyze an identity IQ report, and not just to analyze it, but I'm going to break it down and show you guys how to read this in a way where you don't have to spend hours researching, paying for coaching or mentorship. Like, I'm going to teach you guys at a very high level, expertise, professional level, whether you're trying to analyze an identity IQ report because you're starting a credit repair business, or you're just trying to, you're going to fix your own credit. This is the video where I'm going to break down and drop a bunch of gold nuggets throughout the video. You guys know that once I start talking, I don't gatekeep. I just start throwing bombs and gold nuggets because I know it's going to benefit you in the long run. But if you guys do not want to watch the first you guys don't want to watch this full video, I promise if you guys watch only maybe 3 at most 5 minutes, I'm going to give you guys all of the resources and all of the expertise knowledge that you're not going to find anywhere else, because I don't think there's nobody else that actually is showing all you guys all of the information that I'm going to be providing. Again, I'm a millennial. I don't gatekeep like these Gen Zs that just want to keep information and like I don't know. Trust me, I just see a lot of people that withhold a lot of information and put a lot of information on YouTube that is not accurate. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys what should be on a credit report, what shouldn't be on a credit report, how to spot violations, and how to use violations, and how to analyze this credit report to benefit you and getting the account deleted off your credit report. Now, right off the bat, I know that I have 2 different credit identity IQ reports because I'm going to set you guys up for success. Let me scroll to the top so you guys can see these are completely different. Obviously, look at the credit score. Look at this credit score. Completely different. Let's look at the summary just so you guys, again, it's completely different. This one has 25 accounts. This one has 15. And why do I have 2 different identity IQ reports? Because I'm going to set you guys up for success, because not all credit reports are going to have all of the negative accounts or different scenarios and different situation violations. And that's why I have 2 different accounts, so I can show you guys all of the roadblocks or obstacles that you might overcome, because I don't want you to sit there and be like, wait, Mitch didn't cover this one. Like, how do I analyze this account? How do I spot this violation on this account? I didn't see this scenario. Well, you will see it, because this is why I have 2 separate accounts. 2 separate identity IQ credit reports. Now, before I start analyzing and breaking down all the violations, I'm gonna tell you guys what should be on a credit report. You should have your personal information, your name, other aliases that you have go by. For example, my full name is Mitchell Michael Alvarez, but when I submit an application on a credit report, I only put Mitch M. Alvarez, or sometimes I just put Mitch Alvarez. So that's why there's going to be different aliases or also known bys on your credit report, that other names that you go for, that you guys get the point, right? Other things that should be on a credit report is the name of the creditor, the address of the creditor, the account. Is the account on a joint? Is it a co-signer, or are you the individual owner? And again, if you don't know what I mean by that, I promise you guys, I'm going to simplify it and visually show you guys what I mean by all of that. I'm going to touch base on what should not be on a credit report. What are the things that should not be on a credit report? Because these are the credit myths that I always debunked, and a lot of these questions I get them asked pretty often by friends and family, even past clients. What should not be on your credit report? What it shouldn't be your employment status. The credit report is not gonna tell the creditor, the person that you're trying to obtain credit from. It's not gonna tell them whether you are employed or you are unemployed. It's none of their it's none of their business technically, but it's not going to tell them if you're unemployed or employed. It's not going to tell them any assets that you have. It's not going to tell them that you have 403b account or a 401k account or different types of assets. Like, it's not going to show them that. It's not going to show them if you're married or if you're divorced or you're a widow. None of that. Again, that's just, even though they have a lot of your personal information, that's more of on a personal, deeper level. It's not going to show them also how much you make. It's not going to show them that, okay, well, this year you made $10,000 and last year you made $40,000 and then now you make $50,000. Like, it's not going to show them any salary or anything. I want to just debunk that right off the bat. If anybody tells you that, they are lying to you. Trust me when I tell you this. I've analyzed and I follow the FICO algorithm with the fine-tooth comb every year, and I know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to show you guys. Not only do I know what I'm talking about for so many years, but even to this present day, yesterday I helped a client obtain, she had bad credit, obtain a credit card from Chase. And here I'm going to show the picture and I'm going to show her credit score. This is her credit score after it's a co-worker's daughter. Just to, let me just tell you guys, give you guys the information, little summary. It's my co-worker's daughter. She had no credit history. So here's a gold nugget. No credit history is the same as having bad credit. So if you are having a daughter or you're 18 years old, 20, and you have not built any credit, you are the equivalent of someone who has bad credit because you have no data being reported to the credit bureaus, but you can have shortcuts to success if you know how to build your credit the right way. Because there is a wrong way and there is a right way. And I'm going to be teaching you guys the right way in other videos on my YouTube channel. So I told my coworker, hey, tell your daughter to do this for your daughter so I can generate a score on her credit report, and then once that is being reported and updated to the credit bureaus in 30 to 40 days, I'm going to go meet with her. I did meet with her at IHOP, and I was able to apply for a Chase credit card, and we were able to apply for other credit cards. And again, look at the scores and look at the success and look at the date. You guys can see the date. There's no bullshit. Like everything that I do, I practice before and till this present day. Now, let's go ahead and dive into a credit report. Now, when you first pull a credit report for yourself or for a client, or you're just trying to experiment and try to gain knowledge, whatever your goal is, this is the video for you guys, okay? So this is how a credit report is going to look like right off the bat. Honestly, don't waste your time reading all of this. It's going to show you guys your personal information. So it's going to show you guys your name, your date of birth, different variations of how you use your name. Again, if you guys watched the beginning of the video, which obviously you did, you'll know what I already gave an example of that. It's going to show you guys current and past addresses. And actually, now that I'm talking about addresses, here's a gold nugget for you guys to delete anything off your credit report. No bullshit. This is a tactic that I've been using for the past 14 years, and even to this day, it works like a charm. It helps better if you're doing your own credit report than for somebody like me or a credit report company fixing your own credit. If you're able to delete the address that's associated to a negative account. So first, again, delete the address that's associated to a collection, charge-off, a negative account that you just want to delete off your credit report. If you delete the address first and then in 30 to 45 days dispute the negative account off your credit report, the way the software works in eOscar is going to analyze it, because it's all computerized on credit repair. It's all computer, like the credit bureaus are all computer. Like there's no actual individual reading your actual letter, believe it or not. But the way you write your letters and the way I teach you to write your letters, it triggers the eOscar for an actual human being to look at your credit, your dispute letters and to dispute this account. Now, sorry, I diverted. So if you delete the negative account, if you delete the address associated with the negative account and you wait a few 30 to 40 days and then you dispute the negative account off your credit report, the account will be deleted automatically, because it's just how the software and the computer works. So that's a gold nugget for those of you guys who stayed watching for whatever minutes into this video. Again, you guys know that when I start rambling, I start talking about credit, I throw gold nuggets, because I'm not a Gen Z, baby. I'm a millennial. I don't gatekeep. I just want to give you guys all the information, because there's so much bread for all of us to win in this world. There's no reason why nobody should have good credit. You know, we all should have access to great credit, to have access to money, credit cards, or whatever your credit goal is, you know. And you guys have any questions about buying a house with bad credit, I can help you with that. My mom used to have horrible credit. I fixed her credit and she bought a house. I obviously bought a house first before her, but I know a lot of information that I don't know what you guys want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys tell me what you guys want and I'll make the videos for you. But when you analyze a credit report, you're going to look at the personal information. Again, I told you guys about the addresses, gold nugget there. It's going to show you guys your employers. It's not going to show all of the employers that you have worked for in the past, but it will show some of them, or even the one job that you're currently working on might not be updated to the credit bureaus, and there's no need for them. But it will have some employers that report to the credit bureaus, because not all businesses or employers do report to the credit bureaus, just some of them. It's going to give you guys a credit score, but use this as a guideline, a baseline. Do not rely on these credit scores and think that these are your real credit scores and you're going to go apply because it's telling you it's 700. No, there is a different scoring module out there. There's a vantage scoring module 3.0, and there's a FICO scoring. Right now it's FICO 10T. but banks only they only use FICO 8 because they have to pay FICO for the software. But the main software that all banks, all creditors, the ones that they use is FICO scoring, the FICO algorithm, because that's what gives them the most accurate lending risk factors to either lend this person money or deny him. So think of think of vantage scoring modules and FICO scoring algorithm like Android and Apple. And again, I'm not here to debate that Android is better. I do think Android is better, even though I have personally an iPhone. But think of my vantage scoring module like an Android, and FICO as Apple, like the best one, like just the best software, because that's the one that's going to give you the best accurate credit score and the only credit score that you should rely on. Do not rely on your mobile bank from, you know, my Chase app or my Bank of America. Like I always see, like it shows you, oh, see your FICO score. I know that it's bullshit, because if you read the fine print, it's going to show you that it's not your FICO score. It's an actual vantage scoring module. And I know you might be wondering, Go Nugget, why do not all banks use my FICO? Because they have to pay thousands of dollars to use the software, so they rather use a cheaper one and have an idea where your credit score is. But this is why Identity IQ and a lot of other softwares use a vantage scoring module, because it's just a cheaper way to generate your credit score based on the data that the credit bureaus have. So again, take this with a grain of salt. Even if it's showing you a low credit score, even if it's showing you a high credit score, I've seen it hundreds of times where it's showing them a low credit score, but on their FICO score it's actually higher. Or for example, I've seen it also when like it's showing you a high credit score, but on your actual FICO score it's much less lower. So again, please take that with a grain of salt. It's going to show you credit score. Do not worry about the risk factor. These are very generic. Even on my credit score, when I have good credit, it does tell me the date of your oldest account is too recent. Like, what? It's just stupid. Don't even look too much into it. It's going to give you a summary overall of your credit history. So right off the bat, it's going to tell you in your lifespan how many total accounts are on your credit report, and how many out of those total accounts are open, how many of those total accounts are closed, how many of those are delinquent, derogatory, collection, balances, payments, if you have any bankruptcies, tax liens, child support, anything like that, public record, it'll be here. Inquiries, again, they'll fall off every 2 years. Inquiries, not a big deal. Don't let other credit risk companies make you pay more, make you believe that they are. They're not that much of a big deal. Now, I want to talk based on delinquent, derogatory, and collection accounts. What are delinquent accounts? Because technically a collection account and a charge-off is a delinquent account, right? We can both agree that they're delinquent. Well, delinquent, if you're looking for because it's a little tricky. If you don't know, but now you will, because you're watching my video and you're getting informed. A delinquent account are open accounts that were in bad standing or are now in good standing but have late payments on the account. That's just what delinquent means. Derogatory just means negative closed accounts or charge-off accounts. That's what derogatory means. And obviously collection accounts means collection accounts that was bought by a junk debt buyer or third-party company, and they're trying to collect money on you, which again, scam in itself. But again, you guys want some free resources and free books and PDFs to gain more knowledge, down in the description below. Completely free, not selling you anything. Account history, if you look at an account identity IQ, it should always have the name of the creditor, account number, account type, account detail, and a bunch of all this. And this is how we're going to dissect and analyze the credit report. This right off the bat, I can already tell and I already know this is a delinquent account. So you guys need to know how to dispute a delinquent account. We're going to do it together right now. Always make sure that the account number matches across all three. Excuse me, I got to drink a little bit of water. Make sure that the account number matches across all three. I do want to let you guys know that these X's or stars right here it's not accurate information. It's inconsistent, because these stars can mean a bunch of different variations of numerical or letter code. So if it's showing, so it's not showing you a full account number. So how do you know that is an actual account that belongs to you? Account type, it is a revolving. It makes sense because a credit card is a revolving line of credit. Now, if it said here credit card and it said here installment loan, then that is incorrect, inconsistent information, and that gives you grounds to dispute and delete this account off your credit report, because a credit card cannot be an installment loan. Now it's going to show you on a credit report, it's going to show you and tell you guys, excuse me, if this is an individual account, if this is a if this is a joint account or is a co-signer account. Account status, if it's open, if it's closed, obviously we know that this account is open with some late payments, because if you look at the due payment history, it tells you right off the bat. They open. This is one of the ones that I look at. Again, they have to be consistent across all three. Right off the bat, this is not consistent across all three. How can the date of open on this credit card account be one date and then this is another date and this is another date? Either TransUnion is the only one reporting it correctly and Experian and Equifax are reporting it incorrectly, or Experian and Equifax are reporting it the correct way and TransUnion is reporting it the wrong way, or maybe all three of them are reporting it incorrectly. You need to ask these questions, and this is how you can dispute this account, because this is a violation in itself. They're not reporting accurate information according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. In order for a company or creditor to report information to the credit bureaus, it needs to be 100% accurate and verifiable. You tell me, is this accurate information? No, hell no. They're violating they're violating the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They're not following the OSCAR protocol, and they're not following Metro 2 compliance. And these three ammunitions give you leverage to delete the account. Think of that. Whenever you find inconsistencies on a credit report, always think of those three categories, and you can get this account deleted off your credit report. No bullshit. Credit limit, it's going to show you how much your credit limit was, your highest credit limit, past due balance, your payment status, and the last day it was being reported to the credit bureaus. Comments, it should say comments. Again, these dashes are unacceptable, but when it comes to this, that's not a really big deal, because you have more ammunitions like date open to dispute this account and actually have factual data with your argument. Now, the ones that I always go to on a credit report is the DOLA date. If you guys don't know what a DOLA date is, date of last activity, and that is the date of last active. On no credit report it's going to show date of last activity. It's always going to say last active or date of last active or date of last activity, but it's never going to say date. It's not going to say DOLA date, okay? But that's how us credit nerds or credit experts refer to this, as how to dispute accounts off your credit report. This is a very powerful tool, because your DOLA date is significantly huge, because not only are they violating the Fair Credit Reporting Act, but they are re-aging the statute of limitation that a junk debt buyer or the creditor can come after you or sue you in court. So this is why it's very important to pay attention to this detail or this date. If you look at here, the date of last activity, it's showing one date, it's showing another date, and then it's showing another date. Like, which date was it? Like, there could only be one date of last activity. Now, the way to determine when there was last activity on this account is to look at when the last payment was made on this account, because that's the only thing that can trigger activity on an account. And the last date that there was activity on this account, or last payment, was March 7th. It's showing me here March 7th, and this one's telling me May 1st. If the last payment was made on this account, that means that was the last activity on this account, which here it should be March 7th, not July 11th. So you guys see what I'm trying to explain to you guys here? They are not only reporting inconsistent information, obviously it's not verifiable, and they don't have any grounds legally to be reporting this account on your credit report, because they're not, again, I know I sound like a record, and you'll hear me repeat this often, but it's just because I'm trying to engrave this into your mind. They're not following the Fair Credit Reporting Act that Congress enacted, and they created this law for individuals. They're not following the OSCAR protocol, and they're not following Metro 2 compliance, and that gives you leverage and legal grounds, because the law is on your side, believe it or not. The law is made for us, not for them, to get this account deleted off your credit report. Simple as that. So this is how you're going to analyze and use these powerful violations to your advantage. Like, it is to your advantage that they don't have good business records, and they won't, trust me. And it is to your advantage that there is violations on your credit report, because now you're able to use that and use that as ammunition to get these accounts deleted off your credit report. Again, this is a delinquent account, and I want to show you guys what I'm gonna break down. I'm not gonna break down what a good account looks like, because most likely or not, you're not gonna want to delete a good account off your credit report. And if you did, that is the stupidest thing, because that's gonna decrease your credit score. So this is a a delinquent account, which is obviously late payments. Now we're gonna move on to analyzing what a collection account, and what a a charge-off account. And then I'm going to break down inquiries and another thing what should be on your credit report. So quick recap right now, I already showed you guys how to analyze and how to spot violations, and even in gold nuggets how to dispute this account off your credit report. This was a delinquent account. Now we're going to do a collection. No, we're going to do a charge-off, and then I'm going to move to a collection account. So let me find the charge-off account. Again, I'm not going to focus on good accounts because why would you delete a good account off your credit report? Let's see. Okay, this is a charge-off account. So, and I'm gonna make another video of what's a collection account versus a charge-off and how they impact your, how do they impact your scores or your credit report in different ways. But again, this is a JPMCB card. Again, I already know because I've disputed and deleted many of these accounts. This is a JP Morgan Chase Bank credit card. Now again, we're just going to analyze it and go through each column one by one and spot and see discrepancies and inaccurate information on all three credit bureaus. Again, go to the account number. We're going to analyze it. Are they all the same? 427, see 5726. Boom. Look at this. They're not even correct. So you get that, and again, like I told you guys in the other video, not in the other video, a few seconds ago, these stars are a thousand or hundreds of different variations of numbers or letters. So what is the actual full account number? This is information that they should have, because if they're reporting it, they must know the full account information. And why not? They're reporting everything else. They need to report the full account number. So you can use that leverage to point out discrepancies. It is a revolving line of credit because it is a credit card. It is individual. There's no co-signer. It's not a joint. Account status paid. But look at this. Derogatory. How can an account be paid? Paid means good standing. How can it be paid and then it's in derogatory status? It makes no sense. Again, inaccurate information. This is coming from the horse's mouth. This is coming from not the credit bureau. This is coming from the company reporting it. So you already got them. Like again, the law is on your side, and if you know how to, well, now you'll know because you're watching this video, but dispute this account. They can't, if this is all if they have the right information would be on this credit report. Monthly payment is going to show you guys there. Date open, let's look at that. 1401. Again, discrepancies. Which one has it correct? Does TransUnion have it correct, or does Experian or Equifax? Again, put them against each other. This is inaccurate information. Use that as leverage. The ones that my eyes always go to is the DOLA date. Those are the ones, like I told you guys, that is the holy grail in my opinion, because it took a double whammy. The date of last activity, let's look at this. February 25th. February 1st. Oh my god. September 1st of 2019. I mean, come on. Not only are they re-aging this account by 2 years, again, they don't even know when the actual date of last activity was on this account. Like you guys have them right now. Like boom, like the bullets in the chamber. Like dispute this account and get it deleted. Date of last payment. Again, this one has 25th. This one has 25th. This one has, again, inaccurate information, because look, these ones, if this was correct, okay, I'll give them to them. It is, because again, the only way to count when the account had last activity was when the account last received a payment. So if they received the payment on February 25th, then obviously the DOLA date, the date of last activity, will be February 25th of 2021. But now you have here the date of last payment on the 25th, but you're saying that the date of last activity was February 1st? Bro, you guys see what I'm trying to get at here? Come on. Inaccurate information, it's not following OSCAR protocols, or not following Metro 2 format, or not being Metro 2 compliant. Here is saying that it was, again, garbage across all three. Garbage. Use this as leverage to get accounts just like this deleted off your credit report. I know I sound like a broken record, but again, you guys have the law is on your side. There is more. The law is written out for us than instead of them. They have to follow all of these policies and procedures and formatted and guidelines. And all we got to do is know how to spot them, call them out, and tell them to delete it, or else you're going to sue them. Plain and simple. Again, this will not work on the first round. It can, but most likely it won't. I've been doing this for so many years that I've seen it. I've never seen them really. Actually, I have seen them budge. But more often than not, they're not going to budge until the third, fourth, maybe fifth, even the sixth time. You have to become a squeaky wheel. Do not give up. It's going to be totally worth to see this account be removed off your credit report, and your credit score is going to shoot up. Now, again, recap. I showed you a delinquent account. We analyzed that. We just analyzed a charge-off account. Now we're going to analyze a collection account. So this is why I pulled up this other person's credit report, because they have a collection account in a certain scenario where you might stumble across, and I don't want you to get like oh my god, how do I do this? Don't worry, I got you. And a quick way to find out which one is a collection account, it's always going to be in parentheses, and it's always going to say original creditor in the front of the company's name. So let me find the collection account, and we'll analyze it together. Okay, perfect. Here, original creditor is Charter Communications. Again, it's in parentheses. And ERC, the collection company, the junk debt buyer, bought this debt from Charter Communications. Again, just like we found the violations and the discrepancies, is the same way we're going to do it for a collection account. Now, if you guys notice here that this collection account is not being reported to Equifax, and that is okay. That's perfect. Less work for you. But if you guys just saw it being reported to 2 credit bureaus, it's okay. Like, I don't want you to panic, because you're like, I showed you how to, analyze it between all 3. Same rules apply, even if it's just 2 and even if it's just 1. But I know for my visual learners out there, it's easier to see it than to hear it. That makes sense. Alright, guys. Start from the beginning. Account numbers. Do account numbers matches? They actually do, but again, these stars are not accurate information. It can be different types of variations of numbers and letters. Account type is collection. It's individual. Account status, derogatory. Monthly payment. This should say 0. To be honest, dashes is unacceptable, because there's a reason why there's a column. There needs to be information according to the eOscar guidelines and Metro 2 compliance. Like, this should say 0. Dashes are not okay, but again, not a big deal. These are the ones that I can live with, or turning the other cheek, because there's other more important ones that we can attack. Like, again, date open. 2 different types of date opens. I've said this before. You cannot be born on 2 separate days, right? And you just like you can't open an account 2 separate days. Which date was this account open? They should have this information. The credit bureaus are receiving this information from the same person. How is it the same person or same company is reporting different information? Why? Because they suck at keeping business records, which is to your advantage, believe it or not. And how can the same person be sending 2 different companies different information? How? I have no idea, but they do it. Look, you have physical, tangible evidence. A credit report is evidence. It's not, you can't dispute it. That's how they're reporting it. You're not making this up. So date open, February 15, February 1st, inaccurate information. Again, look at the balance, number of terms, high credit, credit limit, past due, payment status. I don't really look into these a lot, or last reported. I don't really care too much about the comments. Again, the dollar day, that's where my eyes always go to, like I mentioned it before. This is saying that the date of last activity on this account was November 21st, 2021. Okay. But then this one is saying February 1st of 2019, 2 years before. How can that make sense? And again, guys, if you guys look right here, date of last payment, they don't even have that information, and they need to have this information. In order to establish the date of last activity, you need to determine when there was a last payment made on this account, because making a payment on an account is what creates activity in the account. So this is why it's very important to have this. Again, look at this. Come on. And just with that, you can guys get this account deleted. And that's just how you analyze a full credit report. You can do this on a good account as well. But again, there's no reason why you're going to want to dispute a good account. What else? What else can I say about a collection account? A collection account should not have any late payments grid. You see how this one says okay, 30, 60, okay? A collection account cannot have that one, because obviously it's a collection. It would be hypocritical for them to have late payments when a collection account is the reason why it's in collection, because of late payment. So, and there wasn't any payments made on a collection account. Okay, so just a heads up. The last and final two things on how to analyze a credit report is hard inquiries. Anybody who pulls a credit report and does a hard inquiry, has to be, it's going to be sent to the credit bureaus and be submitted and show you what day the hard inquiry was made, who made the hard inquiry, and I went blank, but let me just scroll down. We're gonna look at it together. Hard inquiries are always gonna be in the bottom of the credit report. Oh, my bad. The thing that I forgot was it's going to show which credit bureau this hard inquiry is going to be reported to. Some cases like Chase will report a hard inquiry to all three credit bureaus. Some people like the Home Depot is only going to report the hard inquiry to Experian. So again, it really does depend. Just because one creditor does something does not mean that all these other companies will do the same. Everybody does something completely different. Trust me when I tell you that. So again, creditor name, type of business, when the inquiry was made, and what credit bureau the inquiry is going to be reported to. Another thing about hard inquiries is if you're planning on paying a credit repair company, I strongly advise against paying extra to get hard inquiries deleted off your credit report. It makes no sense because it's not going to give you a high point increase. They might tell you, again, it really depends. There's some unethical credit repair companies who only care about the money. There's some of them that will tell you like, hey, save the money, there's no reason to, blah blah blah. The most I can see a credit score increase by deleting inquiries can be anywhere from like, just really depends how the credit file portfolio is built out, but also like I've seen it from like anywhere from like 5-10 points. If I'm being not conservative, maybe like 15-point increase. Again, I don't think it's worth it. Put all your attention and focus on negative accounts like a charge-off account, a collection account. Not really increase. Save yourself the time, the paper, and just the money basically. Another thing that's going to be reporting on your credit report is if you have filed for bankruptcy, tax. Actually, I don't think tax needs to report to a credit bureau anymore. Don't quote me. I'm going to double check because I remember that they changed it. Then they changed it again, and I believe they changed it again. But if you had tax liens, I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But if they do report it, it'll be right here. Child support also is going to be being reported here. Garnishments possibly will be reported here. They obviously, anything off your credit report and bankruptcies will fall off your credit report for 7 years. But this person does not have any public record information. Also, another thing that any company that reports an account to the credit bureau, good or bad, has to provide obviously their business name and some type of form of communication so you can able to communicate or dispute the account directly with them. So if you guys see here, for example, Goodyear, Curaçao, Citibank, Sears, these are the creditors' names, and this is the address so you can mail disputes, or if you have any questions that maybe not even concerning the dispute itself, they by law have to include their address so you can have a way of contacting them. I believe phone numbers are optional, but I wouldn't recommend for you to call a company. You always want to have a paper trail, so this is why I always strongly advise to mail everything and keep track of everything. And if possible, actually don't, when it comes to the creditor, don't certify mail. It's called, let me see, I just did it for a client. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Let me try to block. Let me see what I have. Let me try to block it. There we go. Let me see. Let me show you guys. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's called a certificate of mailing. It's only worth $2 and it's better than paying $4 or $5 for the certified mail. Hope you guys can see that here. See that? It's cost see $1.95. It's almost the same. It's basically the same thing as certified mail, only that they just don't require a signature, but that is proof that you mailed that to them, and that can save you a bunch of money. So I strongly recommend that. If you guys watched to the end of this video, I truly appreciate it. Again, I want to let you guys know that I am offering free credit coaching. Again, free. This is the only what is that? What do they call? What's the catch? Well, the catch is that you have to put it down in the comments, and I will answer any questions, guide you in the right directions, and just mentor you and coach you in whatever that you have. All I ask is if you put it down in the comments. I am actively checking my comments. I check them at 8 a.m. and the latest at 8:30 p.m. Please feel free to drop any questions, suggestions, or anything you guys want. I will respond to you guys. If you guys found value or you value this information, please consider giving this video a thumbs up so more people can find it and educate themselves and get back on track on getting good credit. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you really want to be a rock star, consider subscribing to the channel. Make my day. Makes me feel motivated to continue creating this content and giving all this free information without having you spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars on coaching, mentorships, webinars, and all of the stuff that basically I kind of did, I guess. But I just did that to further my knowledge because I love learning about credit. If you guys are not aware, I am a credit nerd. So again, guys, I appreciate your time. If you guys have any questions, again, down in the description is going to be a bunch of free links when it comes to credit. Again, check out my website. A lot of the stuff I put in there is completely free. Please check them out. Download them. Instant download. Read them. Educate yourself. Again, as cheesy as it sounds, knowledge is power. And the more you know, the better you're going to be at beating the creditors at their own game. Because remember this simple rule. The law and the guidelines and the rules are there to benefit us, not them. They're actually, it's actually an uphill battle for them. And again, it doesn't matter if you owed money on the account. It doesn't matter that you just stopped paying it, whether you purposely stopped paying for it or whether life got in the way and you just couldn't keep up. It doesn't matter. The law doesn't care. The law only cares that if a creditor is going to report negative information on your credit report, positive or negative I should say, they must follow the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and they must report accurate and verifiable information. It must follow Oscar's guidelines and metrics to compliant. Plain and simple. Use these three and get these accounts deleted off your credit report, and you're going to see that credit score shoot up. But before I leave you guys, I want to let you guys know my credit repair is a two-step process. So keep following me on this YouTube journey because I'm going to be teaching you guys how to have amazing credit. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.